Okay, there we go. Mr. Eugene Pitt and the Jive Five, and No, Not Again. And before that, we had Let Us All Go Back. Hey, I'm going to spin another tune by the Jive Five, and wow, I think when this one's over, I should have Mr. Eugene Pitt on the other end of the phone. So here we go with the million-selling #1 hit record from 1961, My True Story.
I must tell of two lovers that I be with. Now they must cry, cry, cry. Oh, they blues away. Cry, cry, cry. Her name was Sue, she's a wonderful girl, but they must cry, cry, cry. Oh, they blues away. The blues away. Love will make you happy, and love will make you cry. Love will make the tears fall when your lover says goodbye, and then you cry, cry, cry. Your blues away. This story ends, yes, it was no lie. Names have been changed, dear, to protect you and I, but we must cry, cry. Oh, our blues away. We must cry.
All right, as I told you, you got him. He's right here on the other end of the phone, the man himself, Mr. Eugene Pitt.
How you doing, Mr. Joe Pitt?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
Give me a little egg and cream, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, you want a little chaser to go with that?
How you been doing, man?
I'm doing fabulous. Hey, happy birthday to you. All right?
Oh, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yesterday.
I know you have a chat box, too.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got a chat
Let me
room.
just tell all the people in the chat room, hey, you do Pitt said hello.
All
And I
right.
love you. I love you. Keep on chatting about me. I know you got Mary in there, too, right?
Oh, yeah, Mary's here. Yeah.
Yeah, she's always chatting.
Oh, yeah. So, since the last time I seen you, how in the world have you been? You've been a busy guy, I know that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been moving around here and there, raking a lot of leaves out of the yard, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm living here in South Carolina now, and everything is great. You know, the sun shining bright, the wind blowing all the leaves in my yard to give me something to do. So that's what I've been doing, you know, and taking it easy. But now, I'm in this very good mood. Let's talk soda shop.
All right. Yes, sir. Yeah, and we are, I'm telling you, this is the second time that you and I have had a chance to talk, and I am really, I'm thrilled to have you back here. You know, just for the people that don't know, Eugene, you actually started in the music business. Is this correct? In 1954?
Exactly. That's right.
All right, now.
1954. Well, I mean, I wasn't recording at the time, but
No.
I was playing all of the clubs around Brooklyn
Right.
and up in Harlem, and we got a chance to do our thing in 1961.
Right. Now, you were with a few other groups, I guess, that you formed, like Top Notes, Zip
Oh,
Tones.
yeah, that was back in Brooklyn. Back
Right.
in Brooklyn in the Cooper Projects. We had a group called the Top Notes, then we changed to the Akron. And then from there, I went on to, Dawn and Warren. I left them and I went and started my own group, the Jive Five.
And you come from a big musical family. I understand you had 4 brothers and 9 sisters.
5 brothers.
5 brothers.
5 brothers and 10 sisters.
Man, holy
Was like the Jive Five to me, because my father, he taught the group how to harmonize and stuff. And when we first started out, I sang with 4 of my sisters. We were singing gospel, though.
Wow.
I sang with 4 of my sisters, and my 2 brothers that's singing in the group now sang with 3 of my other sisters. So we were the Pitt gospel singers, 2 groups with the same name.
Oh, okay. Now, I'll bet you one thing, though. I bet you were never late to the dinner table with that many people, huh?
Never. well, no, we had a big family, but it wasn't all at the same time now. You
Okay.
know, it came like years apart, but to the bitter end, same mother and father, that's what it wound up with.
Now, I got a question here to ask you. There was some speculation, okay? I'm going to get this right from the source, okay?
Okay.
There
all
was
right.
some speculation that you were with the Genies on the tune,
Yes.
Who's That Knockin'?
No, I didn't record on the tune. Claude Johnson, which was my distant cousin. Claude Johnson, Fred Jones, Estelle Williams, and Haskell Cleveland and myself. We were the Genies around Brooklyn. And then Claude Johnson moved to Long Beach, and he took Fred Jones with him, and they started the Genies out in Long Island, and I became the Jive Five. Estelle became Jeannie and the Boyfriends. Made It's Me Knockin'.
All right. Okay. So, there it is. You got it right from the man himself. Eugene was not on that song.
Okay.
All right. We'll put that to rest now. Now, I know the answer to this, but I'd like you to tell your fans out there. I love how you got the name, the Jive Five.
Oh, why'd you bring that up? that make me feel like I was a player back then.
Nah.
Well, what had happened, we used to rehearse in this school, 54. PS 54 on Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn. And, the girls used to come up to the auditorium because we'd be up there singing and rehearsing. And, the guys in the group, they try to talk to the girls. They say, oh, y'all a bunch of jive guys, all that kind of stuff. So we just threw that name in the hat, the Jive Five. And that's what we came out with. But it was the girls who gave us that name.
Yeah.
We didn't live up to it. We wasn't jiving.
Okay, I'm going to take your word for that. Yeah. Now, who were some of your early influences, Eugene?
Well,
in the music
back in the
business?
days, I used to listen to Sinatra, Nat Cole. Those were my favorite 2 singers.
All right.
As I got into the singing group of the world, I had the Spaniels, which my friend Pookie Hudson,
All right.
and we had the 5 Keys. Those were the next.
Oh, fabulous group. Yeah.
Yeah,
So those
those
are
were the great days.
Oh, you're not kidding. Top of the list. Top of the list. You worked in a supermarket, I understand, and a lady who was a patron of the supermarket, she kind of discovered you as far as getting you into the record business, didn't she?
Yes, this was Miss Oscar Walser. She came into the store. I was a stock clerk, putting food up on the shelves and all that, doing my everyday thing back then.
Oh, yeah.
And I was singing, and she came and said, "Oh, you have a nice voice. You should come see my husband. He's a music writer and a music teacher." So, you know, time went on. I thought the lady was just telling me that. She came back again. She said, "I spoke to my husband about you, and he would like to meet you."
Wow.
So I said, "Well, I have a group." She said, "Bring your group." And that's when I took the Genies down there, and he heard us singing. Then I took the Jive Five when the Genies left, and he had a friend, Joe Renee, who had just opened Beltone Records. So he said he was going to set up an audition for me. So he set up the audition. On the way to the audition, I met another good friend of mine, Jackie Wilson, and he said, "Gene, where you going?" I said, "Well, we got an audition up here at Beltone, so I'm going up there." So he said, "Well, I'm coming too." He came along with us, and we went up there. We met Les Cahan, Marsha Van, and Otis Pollard, and Joe Renee.
Wow.
So, you know, said, let us hear something, you know. So we sang a few tunes. He said, "Wow, you guys can really sing." Because we had that old gospel harmony that my father had taught us. Because he's the one that trained the Jive Five how to sing. So he said, "You guys sound great." So we sang about 4 songs. He said, "Wow, you have any more songs?" I said, "Yeah, we got some more songs." We sang about 3 more songs. He said, "Well, you guys can really sing. Is there any more songs you have?" We said, "Well, we have one that we don't like." He said, "You don't like it? Why?" I said, "Because it's a true story." He said, "Let me hear it." So we sang my true story. He said, "That is a hit." And that's what it was.
He was right on that one, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was right on that.
Now, you wrote that song, too, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It was a true story.
Yeah. Now, I understand
I wrote it and I lived it. A true story.
A true story, yeah. You know, I wasn't going to even ask you that, but since you brought it up, that is a true story.
Yes, it is.
All right. And then the follow-up that you did years and years later is the answer to it, and I love that. Never lied. I love that.
And like I said in that song, I never lied.
I love that tune. Now, I understand that you recorded My True Story in December of 1960, and it got released in the spring of 61. Now, what took them so long to get the record out?
Well, I guess it was because of, you know, in the record business, they try to kick things when the records are flowing and being bought more than, you know, just sitting on the shelf.
All right, well, I'll tell you, it charted in July, and in September, it became a number 3 pop hit and a number 1 R&B tune for, I believe, 3 weeks.
Yes, it was. Well, altogether 7 weeks.
Altogether 7
weeks in all.
Okay.
And thanks. I would like to thank a good friend of mine, Porky Chatwood in Pittsburgh. He's the one that broke the record. I brought the record to him, and he called me like a month later and said, "Gene, you ain't gonna believe it, but you have a smash on your hand."
Wow.
And I was so glad to hear that. And that started us traveling all over. We went on tour with Dick Clark, and we just, I don't know, started blooming like a flower.
Yeah. And tell me, back in those days, how did you travel? Did you go by car, bus, or plane, or?
No, we had our own station wagon. We had a Buick 445 Wildcat station wagon that we traveled with. Went everywhere.
I love it when the groups travel like that. Now, some of the guys that have recorded around the same era as you, and some back in the 50s, was talking to Harold Winley of the Clovers a couple of weeks ago, and he's telling me about all the guys piling into the car and driving all over the place together. I mean, that's so cool. I mean, you guys got to know each other real good, didn't you?
Oh, well, yeah, the group, we were together every day of the week, all day, except when they had to go to school. I was the oldest guy in the group, so I was out of school working.
Right.
And Norman Johnson and Jerome Hanna, they were still going to school. Right. I was the oldest in the group, and then Billy Prophet was next. So Jerome Hanna and Richard Harris, and Norman Johnson. They were in school.
Oh, okay. All right. So
after school, we hung out. We even went to the school to pick them up so the girls would know who the Jive Five was.
Now, so if you were the only guy working, does that mean you paid for the gas?
Well, no. When we started doing shows, everybody chipped in. Everybody took a hand in saying everything.
All right. So after My True Story, and you guys did Never Never. It's a great tune. Holly Golly Callin' Time, one of my favorites of yours. I really, really love that tune. So how about right now if we take ourselves a little pause, and how about if I play that for our folks out there? Okay, Gene?
Okay, all right.
All right.
That sounds great.
All right, so we're going to come right back. We're going to play Holly Golly Callin' Time, Eugene Pitt and the Jive Five from 1962. All right, there we are. Eugene Pitt, the Jive Five, Holly Golly Callin' Time. Oh, I love that, Gene. But I'll tell you, the song that followed that up on the charts for you was a huge hit. What Time Is It? Man,
okay.
That was a biggie, huh?
Yes, it was. What Time Is It was written by a guy, Bob Feldman, a good friend of mine, and he brought it to Beltone. And Otis Pollard, he said, Gene, listen at this song, you know. And I listened, and I liked it. I took the song under my wing and gave it a little Jive Five flavor. Mm-hmm. And you got it.
Oh man, that is a great tune. I mean, right from the opening bars of that tune, it just kind of grabs you and holds you right there. Now, you had a tune in 1962 that did really well on the R&B charts, actually charted number 27, These Golden Rings. Now, there's a story behind that too, right?
Yes, I did. These Golden Rings was a song that I wrote when I was getting married.
When the jive guy was getting married, okay.
I was getting married at the time.
All right.
And I wrote that song, and the guy sang it at my wedding.
Oh.
But it was a song where I didn't really finish the song. I just put these golden rings, whatever that, and the bridge where it goes, smiling faces blending everywhere. That I didn't realize back then, when you write songs, you couldn't use songs from other records. And that was with the Strangers.
All right.
Smiling faces. And I happened to like that because it was my wedding song. And then when I recorded it, they took the song away from me.
Wow.
The Strangers. Remember the Strangers on King that did Without a Friend and My Friends?
Yes.
That's the song that it says.
Oh. Well, I tell you, it's a beautiful tune. I understand that in 1963 there was just you and Billy. Was it Billy? How do you? Prophet. I'm sorry, I can't even read my own writing here. And you guys teamed up with 3 of the Cadillacs. And,
right, we did 3 of the Cadillacs, and we did Rain.
We
did the song Rain because the studio was having trouble with the other guys in the group because their parents said they was young and they wasn't being treated right, money-wise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it came time for us to record, and Billy and I, we got Bobby Phillips from the Cadillacs and 2 of the other guys. Oh gosh. Well, anyway, it was 3 Cadillacs and Billy and myself, and we did Rain.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah.
Now, you went out touring. You went on the Dick Clark tours, right?
Oh, yeah. We
all over the country.
Dick Clark, we did like 61 one-nighters.
Wow.
Yeah. We went everywhere.
Did he still call his shows the Caravan of Stars back then?
Exactly, yeah. Caravan of Stars.
Yeah.
On the bus, that's what it had on the side. Caravan of Stars, which was the Jive Five, Peter and Gordon, Linda Scott, the Drifters, the Shirelles, Clarence Frogman Henry, Dwayne Eddy and the Rebels, and my good friend Tom Jones.
All right. Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you, when I was a kid, I grew up in Rochester, New York, and the Dick Clark Caravan of Stars came through there. This was back in the late 50s, and wow, he had so many great acts. Lloyd Price was there, and he had his orchestra, and they supplied the music for all the acts that were on there, and every one of them sounded as great as their records. Just a fabulous.
Oh yeah, they had a great band.
Yeah,
I mean the band was top notch. Good composers and good music writers and everything.
Yeah. So you left Beltone, right? And then you went to...
I left Beltone and I went to Decca, MCA. On MCA we recorded as Sting. And there was myself, Richard Harris, Sheila, a girl named Sheila Cortez, and another one named Betty, I don't know her last name, but it was 4 of us. We were Sting.
All right.
On ABC.
All right. Then you go to United Artists, right? And in
we went to United Artists at the Jive Five with different clientele. That way we had Webster Harris, we had Beatrice Bess, Casey Spencer, Norman Johnson. He was at the bass, and myself, Eugene Pitt.
All right. And you had United on there in '64.
Yes, we did United, Happy Man, Kiss, 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 all that good stuff.
Yeah. Happy Man. I'm a happy man. That is a tune that really gets your feet tapping, and I get so many requests for that, Eugene. It's one of the.
When we recorded that now, that wasn't the A side. The A side was Kiss Kiss Kiss, but Happy Man took off down south. You know, people dancing to Happy Man. When it hit New York, let's case it split the record. They flipped it and Happy Man brought it on home.
Oh, I didn't know that was actually a B-side, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that was a nice surprise then, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. 1967 on Music Core, you did another tune that was really, really great. I guess it became a hit for you in 68 was Sugar. Don't take away my candy.
Right. Sugar, don't take away my candy.
Yeah.
It went all the way to number 2 in New York, and it was, you know, it kept us working. It kept us in the we were playing the Apollo at least twice a month.
Wow.
At the Apollo Theater. I loved that because that was like home. You know, when you walk out on the stage and all your friends say, gee! You know, you feel great.
Oh, sure.
That was like being home was really, really wonderful.
Wow. Now, is it true that a club owner refused to pay the group because there was 4 of you when you appeared?
Yeah. Well, it was, see, when we lost, the first one we lost was Jerome Hanna. He was a tenor. We was doing a show up in Canada. And it was like 20 below zero. And we had to be at the Apollo the next morning. So we did a show up there. We didn't have time to change our uniforms. And we rushed and got into the car, coming back to New York, and the thermostat went out.
Oh, boy.
We almost froze to death. When we got back, everybody was sick.
Oh, boy.
So we had Richard Harris. He sang the lead. I sang the bass. And the bass sang baritone because my father, he trained us like that. Everybody can sing everybody's note. Mm-hmm. But Richard Harris, he sang my 2 story. And when he gets to the cry part, we used to laugh because he said, cry. We used to laugh at him, you know. We got through the show all right. But Jerome Hanna, he got real sick. We were all sick. But I went straight to the doctor and I started taking medication. And he got sick and went into the hospital.
Oh, okay.
So like a month or 2 later, he was still in the hospital and I went to see him. And he said, well, he's going home and die. I said, come on, man. I'm coming out here, you know. I want you to get better. Come on and we get back on the road. So he signed himself out of the hospital, went home and died. He died that night.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. Wow. Tragic. Sorry.
And then behind that, when we were doing shows, like the promoter said, well, I hired 5 guys and there's only 4 of y'all. So we said we had lost one of the guys. We said, all I want to hear is they docked us, you know, the pay and stuff like that. Boy. So that's why we changed the spelling of the name to JIVE.
All right, yeah. I noticed that, and you had a real nice tune in 1970 using the JIVE FIVE. I want you to be my baby. That was a nice, very, very nice cut, Eugene.
That's a tune that I wrote before I even went to Beltone. I wrote that back in the Cooper Projects when we were with the Acrons and Top Notes and stuff, and we used to sing it around. So when I got to Beltone, a couple of years went by, and I told Oates I got a song that I wrote a long time ago. He said, let me hear it. So one of the songs we gave to Bob and the Silver Slippers, They're Laughing at Me. That was the first one I ever wrote. And then we did I Want You to Be My Baby.
All right. Yeah, I like that one. I play that one on the show. I Want You to Be My Baby. Mm-hmm. Like that. You know, something that I find very, very interesting that a lot of folks may not know, that in 1974, Eugene Pitt did backing vocals with Miss Gloria Gaynor on Never Can Say Goodbye.
Yeah.
that
Well,
was...
I took Gloria under my wing, you know, back in those days, 1974, like you said, and she put out Never Could Say Goodbye and Honeybee and all that. Top smash.
Oh, yeah.
And she was a big lady, disco queen. We crowned her the disco queen. She went over in England, and that was the last I seen of Gloria Gaynor. Me and Curtis.
Yeah.
Curtis Blandon, Richard Blandon's brother. We the one that took Gloria under our wing, and we trained her and all that.
And then she left you.
Well, she was with a Honeybee record, so
Yeah. She had, I'll tell you, she was big.
oh yeah, the record went over platinum.
And, oh, yeah, you know, and I never...
On her album, she and I are doing a duet together.
Wow.
We belong together. It's on Never Could Say Goodbye album. Gloria Gaynor and Eugene Pitt.
Wow, I got to listen for that.
They never gave me credit for it, but
Yeah, you know, I never knew that was you on that record until I was checking out some information, and I found out that's Eugene Pitt on there. I said, wow. All right, 1975 now, you're on Columbia Records, and with a group, Ebony, Ivory, and Jade, and you do a little tune called...
we had Norman Johnson and Jerome Hanna. And it was just three of us, so we changed the name to Ebony, Ivory, and Jade.
All right. And you did a tune called Samson, which
Samson, right.
was a hit for you. Yeah.
Well, it was no smash where it bring you in a lot of money. It was a noise maker to keep you working.
Well, yeah, there you go. 1982, ambient sound. You made, I think you made, what, 2 albums for them? The ambient sound label?
Ambient sound with Marty Peacock, right. Marty Peacock, he came to me and he said, Gene, I got some commercials for you to do. I said, what kind of commercials? For Playboy Hot Rocks. So I did the commercials for him, and, you know, it was getting a little noise. And then Nickelodeon, they must have found out about me, and they wanted me to do some bumpers for them. I did about, 17 years of bumpers for Nickelodeon. And I did the top of the hour for them, the Nick, all that. I wrote all that, and the group sang it. And I got 2 Cleos.
Congratulations. Wow. Fantastic. I loved the sound that Ambient Records put out. I especially liked your Never Never Lied and Don't Believe Him Donna with the Chantels. Yeah, that is really good. I mean, is that label still going, Eugene, or are they ceased?
Oh, no, I don't know, they just cut it out. Marty Peacock now, he's living upstate New York. He's not into the record business no more.
Oh, okay.
So that label just died out.
Well, but they brought some great acts together. Yourself, Harp Tones, the Capris, Randy and the Rainbows, the Mystics. Wow.
Yeah, that was the big family, boy. We went everywhere together. Yeah, Johnny and Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all of that.
It
was really, really, really nice, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We used to get together on the weekend at the studio, you know, just having a big ball. I miss all of that stuff, you know.
I bet you. Well, I'll tell you, they put out some great sounds. And then you kept touring into the 90s, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And Eugene Pitt has not slowed down a bit, my friends. He was very instrumental in Aaron Neville's brand new CD, My True Story. Yeah.
Well, you know, thank God for Keith Richards from the Stones.
All right,
he's a good friend of mine. And he's the one that got in touch with Don Was, who's the president of Blue Note Records. He got in touch with Don Was and said, you know, I was just playing this record, My Two Stories, my friend Gene recorded. And that'd be a good record for Aaron. And Steve Wood called me up. He said, we want you to do some background work for Aaron Neville. But at the time, I told him, I said, well, I don't know, because I'm working with my brothers and we trying to get this gospel record finished.
Mm-hmm.
So he called me back again, and he said, well, it would only take like 3 days. We did 5 records a day. So I said, okay. He said, well, you got anybody in mind? I called Bobby J, my other good brother. I called Bobby J. He called Nicky Harmon, and we went down and we spoke to Don Was and Aaron Neville.
Mm-hmm.
So the songs that he wanted to record, we knew it. I mean, you know, from being in the music so long, you know all those. You can just talk them songs, you know.
Sure.
But then when he came over with My Two Stories, I said, oh, wow, this is really great. I get a chance to sing background to my own song. So I broke out laughing. I said, I always wanted to be a background singer.
There you were, on your own song.
They laughed. And we did the recordings in 3 days. And believe me.
Hey, the TV special was great, Eugene.
All over again. We brought Joe Katz in one day, because Nicky Harmon, he couldn't come to the session that day. So we brought in Joe Katz, and he did 5 of the songs.
Oh, great. My wife and I watched the special on TV about the album. And, of course, you were up there on the stage with all the guys, and it was fabulous. Fabulous.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Those 3 days took me back, I'm telling you.
Kind of rejuvenated you.
Around the campfire, you know, singing. That reminded me of when I was really, really a little teenager. You know, we'd be out there burning wood in the can and singing and carrying on. That really took me back. I love that.
Wow. So now I understand that you have been working on a nice new project, and that is a brand new CD album that is going to be coming out pretty soon. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, the gospel record?
Yeah.
Well, I got 8 songs that I wrote on it already.
Uh-huh.
And we have my brother Frank, my brother Herbert. We have another one of the fellas called, his name is Gil, and one Joe. And that's just us 5. We are, you know, working on the gospel stuff. But I'm telling you, it's sounding great.
Oh, fabulous. Can't wait to hear it.
I wanted to original Jive 5 on the stuff, but these other 2 guys are more into the gospel field than Casey and Bess. He retired, you know.
Oh.
So
Wow.
that is why I used the other 2 guys.
Wow. Looking forward to hearing that. Love gospel music, and I know it's going to be great. Tell me, where can the folks get your music today?
Well, today, they have a shop on Bleecker Street, the House of Oldies, and you can...
Well, you got the Amazon.coms too,
You
right?
can find it you can go up on Tune, Amazon, and all that, and you can get all the Jive 5 songs.
What about, do you have a web page?
Well, right now, I don't have one, but my good public relation person, Mary, who's in the chat room.
Yeah, she's here.
she has the line for us. She keeps in touch with everything that we do, and she tells us, you know, how to stay in check.
Yes, and she does a great job, because I chat with her on Facebook, and I publicly want to thank her for putting us together so that I could have you come back on the show again.
She's one of the greatest, man, I'm telling you.
She does a great job.
Very, very important in my life.
Yeah. So, besides the gospel album, all right, what is Eugene Pitt got under covers here that's going to be coming out? You going to be on the road doing anything? Are you kind of taking it easy?
We'll be up on the road. Yeah, we got a few gigs lined up for this 2014.
Great. You got to let us know, okay, where you're going to be, and I'd like to make sure that we tell.
Mary posted them up on Facebook for all my fans and friends. Oh, they're not in that chat room. They're in that chat or what? I want somebody to throw a question at me or do something.
All right. Anybody in the chat room got a question for Eugene? Come on, throw it up here right now so I can ask him. Let's see. What's everybody
I know they're doing a lot of chatting in there.
Well, I think you know what I think. I think they're all listening back to your stories because your stories are really cool. It said, okay, one of the guys in the chat room, my good friend Wog. I think it stands for weird old guy. Wog. he says, tell him the chat room is loving him.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right, and one of the owners of the station, Mike Bolea, asked me to ask you about a song, "This I Swear." He says, "What about the song This I Swear?"
True. Right. Okay. This I Swear.
Yeah.
That was on the Brute label.
All right.
Yes. That's a song that I wrote a long time ago. And I don't know. We put it out in '95.
Oh, okay.
But we put it out on the Neighborhood Records, which was our label that we were starting.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't go too far because we didn't promote it.
All right.
But everybody that heard it loved the song.
Wow. You know, I have a couple of your albums, a couple of your CDs that are packed with hits. I have the Jive Five, I'm a Happy Man. That's all of your United Artists recordings. And then the complete package on Belltone, which has the A and the B sides. And that is really, I mean, there is so much feeling in that music. I mean, you guys, now when you were in the studio, Eugene, you were all in the same room together?
Yes, we were.
Okay, so there was no overdubbing or anything like that, right?
Well, the only overdubbing was myself. I was doing top tenor on some of that stuff, like.
All right.
So you see the tenor doing overdubs, all that. I did a lot of that.
All right.
We were right in the studio with the band, 18-piece band or whatever it consists of. But we were all in there together.
All right. A question.
Well, a lot of groups they recorded, they just had tracks.
Yeah.
But we always had our live orchestra.
Wow. So a lot of these. A lot of the tunes, were there multiple recordings? Did you, have to do, until you had it the way you wanted it? Did it take a lot of takes, I guess, is what I'm basically asking.
Well, of course, when you're doing it live, it takes a few takes. Because, we might say it perfect, and the horn player plays something wrong. So,
Yeah.
or the guitar man might do something, or the drummer, he missed the lick.
Uh-huh.
So, we had to do it over again.
Yeah.
But, it was a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, I'll bet you. I got a question from the chat room. They want to know, what is your favorite song that you have ever recorded?
It's a song that a good friend of mine brought to me, Marshall Van. Where do we go from here?
Wow. Where do I go from here?
Where do we go?
Oh, where do we go from here? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how does it go a little bit? I mean, I don't think I've heard that, Gene. How old of a tune is it?
It's on the ambient sound. Ambient sound label.
Okay, I got to look for that.
A lot of loving to get us where we are.
All right.
I don't want to sing on the song. I like to see who I'm singing to. I like to look in the eyes.
Hey, you're sounding pretty good, let me tell you. All right. What about a song? These are questions that are coming out of the chat room now, okay? A song that you recorded, a song entitled You.
Oh, yeah, You was a song a good friend of somebody in Belgium brought. And I recorded, that was with the 18-piece orchestra.
Ooh.
And I kind of liked that song because it was different. It was a different style. It gave the Jive Five a different groove.
Mm-hmm.
You. Yep. I really love that song.
You know, it is such a thrill to have you back here again, chatting with us. I never get tired of listening to your stories because you have such a vast amount of knowledge. I mean, you have retained just about everything. I mean, I don't even remember what I had for dinner tonight. You know?
You kidding me? I know you're kidding me.
Well, a little bit, you know.
Well, I remember all that because it happened. It happened, and it happened to me. And believe me, everything I tell you is a true story. You know, I don't try to make up stuff. I tell you just like it is. And I don't know. I just love entertaining for people. And that's my high. I don't drink, I don't smoke, but that's my high. Entertaining for people.
Wow. I just hope that you're not going to stop singing in the near future. I hope that.
Well, I hope not. I'm planning on going on and on and on. Mary don't want me to stop anyway. You know, she probably hate me if I do. But I don't know. I'm just planning on going on singing until, you know, the very end.
What about a tune, more coming out of the chat room? Mike Bolea said that you once told him one of your all-time favorite songs is Moments Like This by the Bell.
Oh, yeah, that Baltiniers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the Baltiniers. What it was on the Time label, I think it was. Well, there was the Baltiniers. Moments Like This. That was a record that I loved when I was a teenager. You know, when I was just learning about R&B and rhythm and blues and stuff like that. You know, and Baltiniers. I told Mary about that record. Moments Like This.
Yeah, I've listened to that record. It's very, very, very pretty, beautiful words, and that's one of your all-time favorites, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Eugene.
Moments like this. Moments like this, my darling, we shall be in love, 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 love. Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Can you bring it back to old memories now? Wow.
I'll tell you, the people are really getting a treat. We're not only are they getting to listen to you, but you're getting to sing for them. How about that?
Yeah, moments like this.
Maybe someday you and I will record a duet together. But the only thing is you never turn my microphone on though, okay? Because that would that would ruin the record.
Oh, that's the gimmick. I don't turn on your mic. I bet you can sing though.
Oh no, that's a bet that you'd lose, Eugene. I'm not even allowed to sing in the shower.
No, I'm serious. I had a record out, do it in the shower.
You did?
You never heard that?
No.
On Music Core.
Oh.
Do it in the shower.
Do it. I gotta look for that one. I gotta look for that one. I gotta see that one. It has been, as always, a tremendous pleasure to have you on the show. I mean, I love talking with you, and I know that your fans all over the world enjoy listening to you, not only your music, but to hear the man bring the music to life. And you are, my friend, a legend.
Thank you, Mr. Joe T.
You
okay, and I'm in the soda shop sipping on soda, listening to the chat.
Yes, we go.
And God bless you all. I love you.
God bless you, Gene. Thank you for being here. And hey, let's do it again when the gospel album comes out. Okay?
All right, that's a promise.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Good night, Mary.
Good night.
She's laughing.
Yeah, she is. Good night, Eugene. Thank you.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
We cried, cried, cried each and every day. We cried, cried, cried each and every day. There is a story I have told you. Every word I sang, you know it's true. I never, never lied, and that is why we cried, cried, cried each and every day. We cried, cried, cried each and every day. I told you her name was Sue, my girl. The story is true about she and Earl. I never, never lied, and that is why we cry each and every day. Love has made us happy. Love has made us cry. Names have been changed, but our love is still the same. And I wouldn't tell you no lie. We cried, cried, cried each and every day. We cried, cried, cried each and every day. The story is over. This is the end, because Sue and I are back together again, and we'll never, never lie. So we won't have to cry, cry, cry each and every day. We'll never cry no more. No, 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 no. Because our love is like before, yeah, yeah. Each and every day. You know that I love her, I love her, I love each and every day.
Oh, there he is, Eugene Pitt, the JIVE Five, and I Never, Never Lied, from 1982 on the Ambient Sound record label. I just want to say, wow, what a fabulous, fabulous man, Mr. Eugene Pitt, the living legend. I know that he would probably blush hearing that, but Eugene has been making great music since 1961. We are talking about 52 years, and the man still sounding great. I want to personally thank Mary for arranging for Eugene to come on the show again, and I am just so proud that I have had the chance to talk with Eugene again, and all of us here at Remember Then Radio, Mike, Steve, and myself, we thank you, Mary, and Eugene, we thank you so much. God bless you, my friend.